welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. Heart to heart, integrity goes a long way. Whether you want to admit that or not, sometimes telling the truth doesn't feel good. Sometimes doing the right thing doesn't feel right, but it is. And when you know right from wrong, do it anyway. Once we're mindful of the things that we're doing, the things that may go against integrity, we can start to change that. And in the moment, it's going to feel weird because a lot of our life, we were able to get away with things. We were able to pull the wool over people's eyes and make people think that we are just great people when behind closed doors, we lack some integrity. Doesn't make you a bad person because we're human, we're in the flesh. We're always tempted to get ourselves out of trouble. Nobody wants to be in trouble. So I feel like if we were to practice having integrity, meaning doing the right thing even when no one else is looking, when no one's paying you attention, when nobody's patting you on the back and saying, good job, do the right thing. Everywhere in your life, anywhere that you are, whatever you're doing in life, do the right thing. I know integrity sometimes feel like you're being a doormat or you're being the pushover or whatever. I get that. Sometimes it do feel like that. But would you rather you have that feeling here in the natural or to have God and Jesus look down on you and be disappointed with seeing the things that you're doing, you know right from wrong, but you choose to do wrong because you don't want to feel like anybody's getting over on you. You don't want to feel like you had to take the harder way out when you could have took the easy way out and got more things. We have to be very cautious of the things that we're doing because although as human beings, we know we can get away with a lot of things. We're quite smart. But when you have a relationship with God, you ought to be trying to do the best thing you can every moment of the day, every chance you get. He understands we're not perfect. He understands flesh causes us to fall. But what he also understands is that he does let you know what's right and what's wrong. And he does give you the option to choose. So when you're purposely saying, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to cheat on my partner, I'm going to lie, I'm going to take extra time from work that you really don't deserve, when you're out here lying on your taxes and all this stuff, you have to know that, yeah, in that moment, you may get a worldly reward and you may feel like, oh, I got extra time on my paycheck. I got X amount of dollars on my taxes and my partner doesn't know that I did this behind their back. I'm good. But you're really not good because the punishment of God is so much worse than what anybody on this earth can ever give you. And I'm not saying that to scare you or to tell you that you have to live a certain way. But I'm just saying you are greatly rewarded when you do walk in integrity, especially when you're walking in integrity and you have a relationship with God and with Jesus. That is when you are rewarded the greatest. And wouldn't you want that? And you don't have to wait to get to the other side to get that reward. You can get that reward now. You can see somebody drop some money and you take it to them and God will bless you. Well, you may get extra money on your paycheck and don't know where it came from. You may get money that just pops up in your bank account. You don't know where it came from. But had you seen the money fall on the ground, the person walked away, you picked it up, slipped it in your pocket and kept on going. Yeah, you may have had that, whatever they dropped, $50, $100, $20, whatever it was. And you may never get caught. Nobody will ever say anything because the person didn't notice it till they got home and they don't even know where they dropped the money at. And you had extra money in your pocket. But now, okay, you have that little bit, but guess what? You're going to have something taken from you. You're going to be needing to pay a bill and then you're going to realize, oh, I'm short on my money. You don't even know why, you're just short. Or you really want to do something nice for yourself, but you can't because all your money goes towards bills. Because you did that one wrong thing and now you're being punished for it. So when I talk about integrity, I'm just talking about make sure that you are striving to do the best that you can as far as having integrity. It's not always easy. You may get upset with somebody and say something that you felt was right, but it was disrespectful. Or it was not your place to say whatever you said. You may say something that you may later on have to apologize for, and you may not feel that you want to do that, but the right thing to do is to apologize. The right thing to do is to not take anything that doesn't belong to you. I don't care if it's a pen. If you know it does not belong to you, it doesn't hurt to ask. And believe it or not, most people are going to say, yeah, sure, you can have it. They're not going to, people are not as cruel as we like to try to say that they are. So what's wrong with just asking instead of just taking? What's wrong with being honest about your feelings instead of sneaking around behind your partner's back doing other things because you don't want to tell them the truth? You don't want to lose them, but you also don't really want to be with them, because if you did, you wouldn't be trying to entertain somebody else. And if you love them, you wouldn't be stealing from them. I heard a story about a woman for years was taking money from her own husband because he trusted her with managing their bank accounts. And she had thousands of dollars that she had took from this man. And she was a stay-at-home wife. He was working hard, making sure that they had everything that they needed, picked up extra jobs to make sure that they was good, because he couldn't understand why they didn't have enough, even though he was working multiple jobs. And the only reason he didn't have enough was because selfishly, this woman was stealing from him. Situations like that, you think you're going to be blessed? You're not. And yeah, he ended up filing for divorce from her, but I guarantee you that's just the beginning of her punishment. Nowadays, no disrespect, where you going to find a man who's going to be willing to let his woman stay at home, no kids, while he goes out and work 2-3 jobs to make sure she has everything she wants? He went out here busting his butt, making sure that she can have her dream home. I'm sure she had her dream wedding, and he was taking care of her. But because she wanted to be selfish and do the wrong thing, for one, she got caught. If that's always going to happen, you're going to get caught up, especially if you're getting comfortable in your sin. Stealing, she got caught. Now her husband divorced her. Where's she going to find another man that's going to do that? Let's be honest. For one, it's not me even talking negative about men these days. It's me saying, I realize with inflation and everything, the man and the woman has to work these days. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, where's she going to find that? She just laid up stealing. Comfortable in her own skin, had control of his money, and was stealing from this man. Lacking integrity. And then she expected him to forgive her just because she said she was sorry. But now she lost everything. That's what lacking integrity gets you. Yeah, you still a few hours from your job, but guess what? Your job's going to catch on to you. And eventually, they may fire you, depending on the policy. My job is like that. They're like, hey, you don't take extra time that's not permitted. If you haven't got permission to work overtime and you're constantly getting it, you out the door. Is it worth it for a couple hours here and there on your paychecks versus having steady income? Is it worth you losing friends because you're backstabbing them, telling their secrets to other people, trying to mess with their partners, trying to be in competition with your friends? Is it really worth it? Now you are here in this world without a friend, without a true friend, especially if it's a good person. That's what's so sad, because people don't do bad people bad most of the time. They do good people bad. So now you don't have this good person in your life no more. Now what? We have to have integrity, people. Please. Because even though you feel like it makes you look soft, it's a blessing for you in the end. Because when you do right, God blesses you. When you do wrong, God punishes you. He allows bad things to happen to you. You don't have his protection because you knew better, but you did wrong. That's all I'm trying to say. Have integrity. Build up your integrity. Stop caring about, well, so-and-so did this, they got away with it, or this person did this to me, so why shouldn't I do that back to them? Because you don't get even. God says vengeance is mine. So why are you out here trying to get revenge on other people? Your revenge can never, ever touch what God could do. If you just let them have it, pray about it. Pray about that person still. Still wish them good. But you don't have to stoop down to their level just because somebody hurt you. That's when you have to learn the power of walking away. The power of removing yourself from situations, from partnerships, from friendships, from family ships. You have to be the bigger person. There's nothing wrong with it. In the long run, it shows strength. And you'll be so blessed for it. But y'all let me know what you think. That's just my thought on this. Leave your comments in the comment box below. Or you can leave me an email and we can keep the conversation going there. We can discuss this topic or another topic. We can talk about it in private. Or if you would like me to share a testimony for you or even your thoughts on something, let me know. I will share it for you without sharing any of your personal information. So go ahead and drop your comments, send me an email. We will keep the conversation going and talk next time. Bye.